Yeah. There goes my nice looking bed. These two yahoos. What's up, plant nerds? It's Rachel with Heart Shaped Leaves, and we are 15 videos in on this channel, and we have yet to see a plant tour. So I thought we would start with the most private of all private collections, and we would start in my bedroom. So you guys are really special because I don't even think company ever sees this room. The door stays shut if I have company. So
did we just become best friends? Yup!
Let's go have a look. Okay, this is gonna be a long video, so let's get cracking. To start over here, next to my vanity area is my Marble Queen pothos. It's one of the ones that I split up in one of my repotting videos. Looking really pretty over here. I rotate my plants a lot, so if you see any plants that look like, oh God, I hope that plant's okay, if they can be rotated, they get rotated. Hi. Over here, we have a silver pothos, one of the ones that I split during the repotting video. Background, this corner back here is my children's artwork. They're very talented, and a French Bulldog poster because French Bulldogs are the best. That is my silver pothos. Growing pretty vigorously, I would say. I love it when these baby leaves come out. Looking really cute. Vining everywhere. Down here on my desk, we have a pixie plant begonia that I picked up from Westwood Gardens. And it's grown so much. Let me pick it up and show you real quick. The colors on this thing have really morphed over time. And let me see if I can get some better lighting for you. There we go. The colors have really morphed over time, so this has been so fun to grow, especially here on my desk because I watch it like a hawk, you know. I call it standard stalking procedures. And see back there I have philodendron mecans cutting that Westwood Gardens manager was so nice to give me because I had been searching everywhere for that plant, and that was before I really had started ordering plants online, so that was super nice of her. Back there I also have a piece of a silver pothos that came off during a repotting. Right here is a silver pothos, again, propagation, and these are all the struggling strands that during the mass murder of those two pothos that I conducted during the splitting, these are the pieces that just didn't take. Now, the other two plants look, or three, I think three I made of that. They look great. It's just a couple of strands just didn't root, you know. It was just pieces of plants, so they look kind of rough, but they're water propagating right now, and I think they're gonna make it. I strung one up here on my hanging shelf, you know, just to kind of give it some extra light over here. My room is not the brightest. I don't really know if this lamp here really does anything, but I tell you, it seems like it's doing something to me. You know, my plants seem to really dig it, and my prayer plants really don't need much, so hey, at least we know you can do this stuff with like a bit of lamp light. This is my begonia griffin, one of my favorite plants for sure. I've got it sitting over here right next to my desk, and we have one of our fountains over here that we made for like 30 bucks sitting in the room, and it really helps the humidity levels. So if your humidity levels are suffering and you don't necessarily want to spend $150 on a super sophisticated humidifier, you can go on Amazon and order yourself a small fountain pump. Go get a plastic pot and sit it right in there. And you can get the setting low enough to where the water's not going to go everywhere or get on your walls, and boom, you just raise the humidity level like what, 15%, at least in the immediate area of the fountain. So pretty cool. Just a tip. You can see that the begonia griffin really loves being right next there to the fountain and it's loving that lamplight. So moving on and moving up, we'll do up high first. That is such a badass painting, isn't it? I'm partial to my children's artwork, aren't we all? Anyhow, this heartleaf philodendron was one of the first plants that I ever got. It was pretty small, and it has just really grown, and it's been very forgiving of me when I didn't know where he wanted to be. But check out the size of this leaf, you guys. Ever since I hooked him up to the lamp here, I think those leaves have just been really popping. So very excited about that. A little bit further down, we're going to see our creeping fig. Super cute. I love this plant. I love looking at it. See how it's kind of vining out? I hope that it goes all the way up this window area here. Isn't that cute? Super cute. I love that plant. Creeping fig. And like I said, not the best light in here. Out there I've got a big overhang, and this is the western side of the house, and I have a lot of trees, as you can see out there. It kind of looks like we live in a tree house, but the creeping fig are supposed to want a lot of light, and he's struggled at some times, but he seems to be doing really well now. So good for that creeping fig. You go, buddy. Down here we have another one of the first plants I ever got. It was pretty small and it has grown. I've taken 2 sets of propagation cuttings off of this red Maranta. I keep trying to, these leaves, I struggle with keeping them clean. I need to just I need to go straight Jolene foliage and just go down there and be super extra and get me a feather duster, because I really like for the leaves to be clean. You know, it just really, I'm sure it helps the plants, and it also makes them more pleasing to the eye. So next door, you'll see that my humidity in here is at 66. Next door is my Calathea medallion. I picked this up when I was in Texas. What is going on? Dirty. So dirty. My Calathea medallion. She is so beautiful. If you look back and you can just kind of see how she sits there in that spot, look at how pretty she is. Gorgeous. This is one of my husband's favorite plants. I think I wanted to pick up the green Maranta that day that I was there, and he was like, you really need to get this one. And if he's ever really excited about a plant, let's get it. I'm on board with that. You know, positive reinforcements. Sometimes Pavloving is necessary. I'm going to back up. I'm going to come up here to this cute little hanging shelf that I picked up on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure a Calathea Freddy that's just kind of chilling up there in his super extra Instagram ready pot. Looking very cute. He's got new leaves coming out here. Let me spin him around for you. That distress leaf at the bottom was from the nursery, and all the tips that are brown are from the nursery as well. I've been using the Brita water filter to water my Calatheas, and it's really been helping with the tip browning. If you can see these top 2 leaves here that have shown up since they've been here, no leaf browning, and we have another leaf coming out that the tip looks really healthy on. So eventually this Calathea Freddy will be looking fine as wine. So super cute. Moving on, we have our Tilisand, I don't know, this one's always really hard for me to say. My air plant, let's put it like that. And he is in this super cute metal hanger with the little crystal pieces. Golly, I love that stuff. I've got to pick up some more of those little crystal pieces to hang in here. But he's really beautiful. Let me pick him up here. Super pretty. I haven't seen a whole lot of colored air plants or, I I have this magenta one, and then I also have one that's like a baby pink color. But only the one location I was at did I see those. So I love that. I love the way he sits there. Everything has just come together really nice in this area. So next we have our Calathea zebrina. Now, I had to stay overnight in a hotel on the way home from Dallas, and these leaves were in the process of unfurling right here. And you can see that they've had some serious, I have no idea. I don't know if water got trapped in the little cigarette rolls that are the Calathea leaf unfurlings, or if it just did not like the fact that it was in a bag in my hotel room overnight. But either way, anywho, we will get this little Calathea zebrina looking really well. I've seen other people's Calathea zebrinas and they're much more mature. The leaves are much bigger. And I think that these are absolutely breathtaking. When I see these in photos, especially those photos of plants on black, oh, the Calathea zebrina takes the cake. Super beautiful. Okay, so now, let's see. We're just going to move over to the plant shelf in general. Up there, we have my neon pothos, one of the ones that I split in a previous video. I have my silver pothos, also a split. I have my green Maranta, who is new also, very full, super good find over there at Neumeyer's Nursery in Fort Smith. But they do have a lot of brown tips, so I'm guessing they're probably hose watering, which makes total sense. But I'm gonna start filtered watering it and really nursing it and cutting some of those pieces off, and soon we will have a very vibrant looking green prayer plant. Why can't I say that? It's so hard to say. Anyways, okay, moving down. I have this little hanging guy, my other little silver pothos, and like I said, it's super dark back here, and that's why I have this light rack. So, you know, you gotta go with pothos sometimes because that's what will tolerate your crappy north porch window, whatever it is back here that plants don't really like. But it took me a really long time to figure that out when I first started. So I also just ordered some plant tags and a couple of metallic Sharpie markers. Now, I don't know how OCD anybody is that watches this channel, but if you are, you need to order some plant tags, and you need to order a little set of metallic markers online. Guys, this scratches some sort of kind of itch down deep down inside of me that I can't even describe. But now that every time I come in here and I'm looking at my plants, which, you know, most of them I already had memorized, but look, now I've got all of them with their scientific names, most of them, if I could find them. Starting from the left, Begonia Bossa Nova Yellow. These begonias that I picked up when I was at Sharon's, these waterfall begonias, trailing begonias, I don't know, are spectacular and super underrated. I can't believe that I haven't seen more of them. I posted a picture of the next little guy back here, which is Begonia Encanto Orange, on my Instagram page. If you don't follow me, go check it out. It's listed in the description below. I had several people comment that they had never seen the orange trailing begonia before. And this thing, look at it. It's like blooms on blooms on blooms on blooms. This thing takes success to a whole new level, you know? This begonia makes you look lazy, which you might actually be lazy. I don't know. I don't know your life. Right here, we have a plant who doesn't have a name tag yet, and for the love of God, of course, I'm not going to be able to remember it. I want to say, you know what's really terrible is that the only word I can think of when I'm looking at this plant is chlamydia, but I know that that's definitely not it. Cyclamen. It's called a cyclamen, and now I remember that. She sold it to me at, I think, Neumeyer's Nursery for half price, you guys, because it wasn't blooming. But look here. You see that little bloom popping up right there? Somebody likes Mama's light rack. See all those new leaves coming up? I'm killing the cyclamen game. Not the chlamydia game, the cyclamen game. Get it right. That's rude. Right here we have a really cool mini Japanese holly called either a Lex or an X Crenata, the Jersey Jewel. It's super cute. The leaves are very, very dainty on this, and it's a very slow grower. They said online that it only grows about 2 or 4 inches every year, which is crazy slow. And, you know, patience, although my strong suit, you know, but hey, it's doing well, it's growing, it's liking my light. Back here in the back, I have a Juniperus mini communis, or a dwarf juniper. And it has done really well also being back here. But I think this will actually grow quite a bit. You see all that kind of hot green look back there? That's how much growth it's had since I got it. And I think that was like my second or third plant haul was when I picked him up. So he's grown really well. Back here we have Bossa Nova Red Begonia, another one in the triplet group of begonias, and she is just as beautiful. Although I'm not as crazy about her as I am the orange and the yellow, to be honest with you. I don't know. We all have our favorites, don't we? We have our Pilea peperomoides, or our Chinese money plant. He's looking really good. You can see, let's get a close-up of the travesty that happened to my little baby. That's aphid bites, is what that is. And before those little aphid bites come along, look at how beautiful this plant was looking. God, it was looking so good. And then I looked in here and I saw those little, you know, waters. And I said, you know what? Maybe neem oil just isn't good enough. You know what I mean? Maybe it's time to just bust out the big guns. And I did. And I said, screw the neem oil, because I put the neem oil on it and I checked back and there was still rude. I put the neem oil on it, I checked back on it, and wouldn't you know it, still aphids on it. And I was like, screw this, no more neem oil. So I watched Nick Pileggi. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. I watched one of his videos and he said he uses Dead Bug Brew. I ordered that, mixed it up, put it on there, haven't had a problem since. So go check his video out about like how to control pests or whatever, because that's the best advice I've gotten so far. Moving on. Shut up, Rachel. This one is called the Begonia Go-Go Rosie. I picked this up at Sutherland's a little while back. Super cute begonia though. I couldn't believe that I found it over there. Look at that spiraled leaf. And look at those blooms. They were buried for so long, kind of like this little guy right here. They were kind of just hiding their little heads, and then all of a sudden I woke up one morning and I looked over there and Begonia Go-Go Rosie was walling out. Looking all cute. Back here, you know who that is. You can read. Begonia escargot, my pride and joy. These are old leaves here that are browning. That's why I kind of turned her around so that her new leaves back here can get the majority of the cute light back here. Looking good. So that's the top rack. Moving down to what I would consider to be my succulent rack, because my light, I lowered it to be much shorter on this rack, so really get an intense amount of light. I also put 2 lights on this rack versus the 1 light here. Here, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, also here. But we're not there yet. For these succulents, we have our Senecio radicans, or string of bananas. Seems to be doing very well under artificial light, just in case you were ever wondering. We have a Crassula pellucida variegated version. Right there in the back, we have a Sedum morgananium, and that's the pointed leaf variety. So it's like a burro's tail, but it's just the pointed leaf instead of the little fat jelly bean looking ones. Here you have The long one is the Crassula perforata, string of buttons. And in this little terracotta pot, I have some little propagating succulents that were stowaways here in my silver squill when I purchased that in Dallas also. Speaking of the silver squill, check that out. Boy, God is a crazy mastermind up there, just making all kinds of crazy stuff.
Mother Nature's a mad scientist, Jerry.
For you and I to enjoy. Pretty sweet, huh? Anyways, right here we have, if you put it where you can see it, Rachel, that might help. I already know really what it's called anyways. It's called the Portulacaria afra, or an elephant bush. Super cute. Right here we have a sedum rubrotinctum, or the jelly bean succulent. In front of that we have Euphorbia mammillaris, or the Indian corncob cactus. Very cute. Right next door we have my variegated Ceropegia woodii, or string of hearts. Right back here in the little baby box, I have some more Crassula pellucida variegated that are in the 2-week stage of not being watered after being put in that dirt there. They're callousing. Right here we have my Echeveria neon breaker. I'm a sucker for succulents in general, but I'm a sucker for pink also. That's kind of a common theme back here. You can see a lot of pink. So moving on to our next cactus, we have this little guy who is very inappropriate by nature, and I do not know his name. So if anyone out there watching this video knows what kind of cactus this is, I would love to put his name on a little name tag so that he can introduce himself properly to his friends and not continue to be so seclusive, reclusive, and rude. Maybe just rude. I don't know. He seems like he would be rude. He looks like kind of a prick. Anyways, behind here we have Echinobivia. Echinobivia? Is that even right? Who knows? Rainbow burst. And they're called rainbow burst because when they flower, they're supposed to have some pretty spectacular flowers. So, really cute. Right here, we have the Euphorbia tetragona rubra, or the African milk tree. Super cute little guy. He's leafy, he's cactusy, he's confused. He rides the lines, you know what I mean? Back here in the gimme the dirt pot that you can't even see, wasted money, is the Sedum morgananium burrow's tail, the non-pointed leaf variety. So pointed leaf, non-pointed leaf. Super cute back there. Then over here we have the, look at it real good, Pilo sorcerus azureus, or the blue torch cactus. One of the coolest finds I've ever made. I found it at Lowe's of all places. Can you believe it? And one of my favorite cacti. I love to look back here and just check out that blue turquoise color. It looks like a constant Instagram filter, but I assure you, it is not. And then if you'll look at this really cool set of blooms here that are going to finish all the way down, and that's all thanks to this really bright LED light, because before it was kind of struggling. This bloom belongs to Echeveria moranii. Super pretty succulent, beautiful purple edges around the tips. She's got a couple of pups on the side. I can't really get back there to look. The rule is if you pick up anything and you drop anything, you die. So we're not gonna mess with a bunch of stuff. Right here, I call this, I have to have nicknames for all these cactuses because I can't put these long scientific names in my calendar when I put down when I watered them. So this one right here is the booby cactus, or Mammillaria spinosissima un pico, or as far as my phone's concerned, the booby cactus. And this is mother and triplets. This is, I can't tell you what that one is. Then in the back we have our peperomia graveolens, and I have to admit, Summer Rain Oaks made me buy it. Right here I have another succulent that I picked up in Dallas, and I have no clue of the variety. So if you guys could help me out, that would be awesome. Right here, the spirally looking cactus is the Notocactus spa. Also don't know which kind that is. Back here in the back, I think that Harley G did a video on how these are sometimes glued into pots. It's called the Euphorbia lactea crest. Here in the back, I have a little container that Casey bought for me, and to be honest with you, it's the best it's ever looked, because I rescued it from my plant room and brought it in here and put it under the light, because all of the stone crop there was dying, all of the trailing stone crops were dying, and there sure as hell wasn't no pink anywhere on that thing. So this light has been such a joy to put my plants under, because things have been turning colors. It's super cool. I'm not selling any light racks, just FYI. This right here is Echeveria. Can't remember, Painted Lady. I have the scientific name back there, but so pretty, huh? And look, she's growing so good, and also the growth habit has shrunk. Look at how close those leaves are together now that she's under the light, versus down here when I bought them from the nursery, they still weren't getting enough light. Okay, next door we have our lithops, or our troll butts, and you can see we got a couple of twins and just a singleton there. I have my Portulacaria afra elephant bush, variegated, super cute. Next door we have our Senecio rollianus, or string of pearls, and I don't know what scientists thought that Senecio rollianus was a good idea, but I'm pretty sure that that is spelled right, and I'm pretty sure that's disgusting. But my string of pearls is super cute, and it doesn't deserve that crap. It should be Senecio cute as hell, not rollianus. So rude. Moving on, Kalanchoe Melotii. I had to look that one up because I was like, you know what I googled? Kalanchoe that looks like Nintendo plant that eats you. And I actually got something. Pretty cool. Thanks, Google. Down here we have our Opuntia rufida minima prickly pear, and it's basically a miniature version of the large prickly pear that most people are familiar with, but it won't get the same size. So super good for shelf growing. We have some sort of version of Haworthia here. Not sure, and it's never really done that great for me. It doesn't seem to be any happier now, and I don't know. He may make it, he may not make it, I'm not sure. I've got a little chick that I planted here, also not sure of his fate. Next door I have a Euphorbia inoplea, or a Tanzanian zipper cactus. So cool. Very cool. One of my favorite cactuses. Super cool looks. Right here we have a lithops that Casey picked out, and for some reason I can't keep a freaking lithop alive to save my life. If you look here, it's squishy, and I've only watered it one time. Squish, squishy. See that? See the squishiness? Oh. And that's because I watered it, and it's been squishy ever since. You can see how squishy it is from here. Not cool, bro. Lithops are hard. I've got all these other plants. Lithops, caladiums. I don't even know. I'm gonna get a list together of bitch ass plants that just don't even want to live. So, anyways, back it up, and I'm pretty sure that that's my entire succulent shelf. Oh, wait. Right here. My original string of hearts, Serrapegia woodii, non-variegated. And that's a pretty recent purchase also from Dallas, and I was so excited when I found it. just like I was excited when I found the variegated version. And you know, what a steal, what a find, a great plant to add to my little plant collection back here. Seems to be loving life also right here off of the plant shelf. Moving down to our next level. Got a string of nanners here in our view, but we have our Peperomia Ruby Cascade. Super cute plant. It also has grown really well for me. It's got a bunch of little tendrils down there. Not as full as some people's plants that I see, but still very happy. Let's go back here. Let's get closer. Back here is our geranium Mrs. Cox. That was my first plant unboxing from Logie's, and I was very satisfied. The plant looks great. Look at those new leaves. Ornamental geraniums have to be one of the most beautiful plants out there, and I don't think I've seen anyone have one of these Mrs. Cox in their collection. Now, geraniums are high light, so if you don't have some sort of a light setup or a really great window, I wouldn't even really waste your time. Next to that, we have a Columnia gloriosa, or a goldfish plant. It's actually two different kinds. I'm not sure which two different kinds, but they're planted up together. I did that in a potting video. Next door, I have what I suspect to be a Begonia Rex Adna, some sort of old-fashioned type of name, but I'm not sure yet. So let me know what you think. Some of the leaves come in and they have like a watermelon type pattern. Some of the leaves come in and they look blood red and spotted. Very strange. Let me know what you think. Right here I have a Peperomia, let me see, Peperomia, what's it called? Peperomia Ripple. Peperomia Ripple. And next door to that I have a Pilea glauca, or baby tears, one of my favorite plants. Look at how petite and trailing that is. So cute. I can't wait till it just drops all the way through the shelf. It's gonna be really nice. Back here we have another type of Pilea. Not sure which kind. Would love to know if anybody else out there knows. I would love to know. Here in the back we have a Moon Valley friendship plant. It is called Pilea involucrata. I don't know. You guys rate it. Also another plant that seems to really appreciate the fact that he's back here and under a light. That's the most new growth I've seen on him since I've had him. That's kind of the story with a lot of these plants, unfortunately. Down here I have my other two air plants, the Squidward type 1 that we saw at New Myers Nursery, and also this baby pink one that I got from Westwood Gardens. Super cute. Back here I have my Begonia Rex Zumba. Now, really weird. I went to go look up this plant to make sure that I had the right name for it. And I Googled Begonia Rex Zumba, and wouldn't you know it, if you click images after clicking Begonia Rex Zumba, my Instagram picture with this very plant's leaf on it, it's like the third image available on Google. So just letting you guys know, this plant is super famous. Moving on, we have Begonia Nautilus Moonlit. Oh, super beautiful plant. It has been almost in dormancy in the living room because I had it in just a really crappy spot and it was really unhappy, and I was a bad plant mom, and now that it's under the light, like everything else, it's thriving and doing great. Look at the color variation on that plant. Let me see if I can spin it around. I'm going to show you what the more mature leaves look like on this guy. Look at that. Look at that. And I haven't been able to get any of that out of it since it's been here because I'm a big light dummy. Anyways, now I know more about light, and you know, I bought some. That helps. Right here we have our Begonia Rex Jurassic Silver Swirl, and this one's really cool. I found this at a local nursery, Parks Brothers. When you see the light shining through it, look at that. Bright green. Really, it's more of a silver color. Isn't that beautiful? And for the first time, it's going to bloom for me back there. You can see that little guy. Super cute. Begonias, I have a lot. I don't know if I have anything comparable to anybody else's collection. I think I boasted a little too early with my first video, but you know, I do have some begonias. Oh God, foot cramp, Jesus. Oh. Oh my goodness. That foot cramp took me down like a wildebeest. Okay. Last but not least, the bottom shelf. Right here, I have my geranium Mrs. Pollock, another ornamental geranium that I picked up from Sharon's Garden Center in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The pattern is very similar to the Mrs. Cox geranium, except for the leaves are more serrated than the other. And when they fully mature, they go from that really cool, super duper beautiful watercolor, and they kind of fade out to a complete and total white variegation. So starts off beautiful, ends beautiful, well, until the brown, crispy, nasty stage. But anyways, next to that, I have my very happy to have been separated from a Siamese twin Marble Queen Pothos, which I guess suggests that it's a woman, and she is looking really great, just like everybody else. I absolutely love the variegation in these leaves. So pretty. You just look at them and say, I wish you were a Monstera. Please be a Monstera. Maybe I'll get a hole punch and put some holes in you. Then you'll be a Monstera. Anyways, back here we have our agave Wanachillia alata from the murder species. Not 100% sure. Wishing we never bought that because it stabbed me multiple times. Then we got begonia, another begonia from the Jurassic Rex series. I think it's called Pink Points or Pink Streaks. I'm not 100% sure. This one has bloomed for me several times, and it has just its hot pink little blooms on it. It's a real treasure. One of my favorite begonias in my collection. Right in front of that, we have my purple passion plant. Now, this purple passion plant may not look like much to you, but we went round and round and round, me trying to figure out, what does it want? Do you want this much water? What do you want? What do you want? And it kept freaking me out and just dying. I lost a whole different stem that was coming up from over here. You know what? It wanted light. It wasn't given enough light. So now ever since I put it under here, not only has it stopped acting like a little turd bird, but now it's putting out all this awesome new growth, not only on the top, but all the way through, little nodes coming out, every little junction. Light, guys.
Aziz, light! Much better, thank you, Aziz.
That's what it wants, is light. Now this little temperamental hussy, on the other hand, light just doesn't fix all of her problems. I'm thinking about giving her away. I call her my Fussy Fittonia. She has a sister. Call them the Fussy Fittonia sisters, and I'm kind of over it because I've got begonias that are supposed to be really high maintenance, and no one's really as high maintenance as she is. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like the foliage is a good enough trade-off for her. I'm sorry if this is your favorite plant. I love you, and I love this Fittonia. It's just not my favorite. Moving on. We have our what's called a lava kiss trailing coleus, and this is kind of like my experimental coleus plant back here to see if the light lovinist of the light levinist will do well under some LED lights, and wouldn't you know, it's absolutely thriving and doing great. I love the really super dainty leaves on this plant, and the fact that it's trailing just makes it that much more. Look at that. Look at that, super bright. I can see why they call it lava kiss. Super pretty. Anyways, next we have my either some sort of Haworthia or some sort of decorative or ornamental aloe. It's been blooming since I bought it, the stem, but the buds have completely opened now and come out. Look at that little, you can see them, and not all of them are open yet, but there's a lot of them. How pretty, huh? Those are really pretty. So I didn't know whether or not they would be happy enough to fully open here under this light, but when you know it, boom, blooms on a decorative aloe. In the very back corner, which it really doesn't deserve, but we rotate plant. I say we, the royal we.
We dropped off the damn money.
We?
The royal we.
You know, I rotate plants around here all the time, you know. So back here in the back, we got the Begonia Rex Jurassic Series watermelon. Super beautiful. A lot like, I think, another one that's called Salsa and another one that's called like Christmas something something. But beautiful plant, beautiful leaves. I've tried twice to propagate it. I've failed both times. Propagation's easy. I don't know, I suck at it, but this is also from the Jurassic Rex series from begonias. It's called the Begonia Green Streak. Very beautiful plant. It grows super weird, super asymmetrical, as you can see, but hey, it grows how it grows, you know? So anyways, I think that just about wraps it up for this portion of the shelf. Moving on from the shelf, I have a double hanging planter. Up top, I have some Brazil philodendron Brazil. And I think that mine's super pretty because the lime green portions in it are wicked large. Not in all of them, but in the new growth. And I don't know if that shrinks over time or what. That's a big lime green patch on that one. So he's loving life. And then right down here on the second tier, we have my neon pothos, who is also loving life since being separated. Couldn't put off new leaves fast enough. Really beautiful plant. So glad I got that neon pothos. So cute. And over here I have the Calathea Schlurgenbergendurgen, because I looked it up. I actually found someone who made a post about it on Instagram, and they said exactly what it was, and then I saved it, but I should have tagged it, but I didn't. So now none of us know. Sorry. There's my little metallic pens that I ordered. There's my little tags that I ordered, and boy, we have just been nerding smooth out over here past like 2 or 3 days. It's been really fun. You just sit there while you're supposed to be doing other more productive things like cleaning or things like doing the dishes, and you sit there and you write your little metallic tags for your little plants. But I suggest it because I love looking over here and seeing them. Super cute. Anyways, plant nerds, that's my bedroom. I've showed you all the little boogers that live in my bedroom, and next time we'll do a bathroom or plant room or dog room plant tours, because this is only a portion of the plants that I have here, but it's a long enough video as it is. So let's wrap it up. If you liked this video, or if you liked my content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm super close to 100 followers or 100 subscribers. And when I get to that point, I get to order a wish list plant. Thanks, guys. Later, Tater. See you on the flip side. Bye-bye. Now we're filming.
You can put this like in your, like you can put this behind the scenes, like make some behind the scenes stuff.
Do you want me to make it behind the scenes?
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Say hi.